Hello there. Just settle in. Don't worry about a thing. Find that perfect spot on your pillow. Maybe pull the covers up a little higher. That's it. Let the quiet of the room settle around you. I wonder, have you ever truly listened to the secret thoughts from inside your own body? Have you ever paused, just for a moment, to wonder what it's like in here? Well, I am your lungs, and tonight, you finally have the chance. Don't miss it. It's all right if you've never thought of me before. Most people don't. I'm the quiet neighbor you've never formally met, the one who lives in the apartment just above your belly. You hear me moving around all day and all night, but we've never really spoken. But that's okay. I don't mind, because I have been with you for every single moment of your life, from your very first cry, that shocking, sudden gasp of world, to this very soft, gentle breath you are taking right now in the comfort of your bed. I was there, and I am here now. Before you get too comfortable, let me just say, it's a little strange for me to be talking like this. I'm usually the strong, silent type. My work is, well, it's repetitive. It's quiet. It's the steady rhythm playing in the background of your life's grand story. It's not the kind of work that gets you noticed. The heart, my next-door neighbor, he's the famous one. With his dramatic, thumping beat, he gets all the attention in poems and love songs. Boom, 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 like a constant, distant drum in the night. But me, my sound is much softer. It's a whisper, a gentle tide, the sound of the world rushing in, and then a long, slow sigh of release. Maybe you can hear it now, if you listen closely. Just listen. It might be mixing with the soft hum of a fan somewhere in your room, like a distant, gentle breeze. Or perhaps it's the only sound you can hear, the sound of you being alive. I live in a very safe, very cozy home. It's called the rib cage. It's a strong, curved fortress of bone that keeps me and the heart protected. It's dark in here, but it's a comforting darkness. It's warm, it's safe, and we've made it a home, the two of us. I say us because, well, there are two of me. We are a pair, a team, one on the left, one on the right. We look a bit like two large, soft sponges, pink and full of air. My left side is a little smaller, you see. It has a special, perfectly curved hollow, carved out of it, a little nook, made just for the heart to rest in. We fit together perfectly. He beats, I breathe. We are the rhythm section of your body's orchestra, and we have never, ever missed a beat. My job, my only job, is to welcome the world into you. Think about that for a moment. With every breath you take, you are inviting the outside world deep into your very core. The air in your room right now, the air that carries the scent of clean sheets, or maybe the lingering fragrance of a book you were reading. I draw it in, I welcome it, and I take from it a magical, invisible gift, a gift called oxygen. And then, just as gently, I let go. I release the old, the tired, the used-up air. It's a constant exchange, a perfect balanced rhythm of receiving and letting go, taking in what you need and releasing what you no longer need. In and out. A slow, quiet tide, washing in and washing out. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to think about it. You can just rest. You can let your mind drift. You can let your body grow heavy and soft. I will take care of the breathing. I always have. I always will. Tonight, while you rest, while you heal, I will be here, standing guard, breathing for you, just as I did last night, and just as I will tomorrow. So just relax. Let go of the day. Let it all drift away on that next long, slow exhale. There is nothing else you need to do right now. Nothing at all. Just breathe. So, most people do. It seems so easy from the outside. Just in and out. A task so automatic, so effortless, that you can do it without ever thinking about it. While you walk, while you talk, while you dream. But let me whisper a little secret to you. Let's be clear. No one in the body wakes up and says, "You know what? I'd like to inflate and deflate 22,000 times today for the honor of never getting a holiday." Being your lungs, it wasn't a career choice. It was a lifetime appointment. And the truth is, the job is far more complex and far more demanding than you could ever imagine. It's a bit like being the manager of the world's most important and most invisible delivery service. There are no weekends off, no sick days, no evenings to myself. Just the steady, quiet, constant work of keeping you here. Let me tell you about the numbers. Don't worry. They're very soft. Sleepy numbers. Every single day. About 22,000 times. Let that number just float in your mind for a moment. 22,000. By the time you wake up in the morning, I will have already taken thousands of breaths for you while you slept. While you were dreaming of flying or of being back in a childhood home, I was here, working quietly, rhythmically, 22,000 times, and with each one of those breaths, I draw in air. Over the course of a day, it adds up to over 2,000 gallons of air. Imagine that. Enough air to fill a small room, passing gently through me every single day. It's a staggering amount of work. But I don't tell you this to complain. I tell you this so you can feel the sheer, unwavering dedication that is happening inside you right this very second. The quiet miracle of it. Every breath begins with a gentle pull. It's a quiet invitation. My best friend, a strong, patient muscle just below me called the diaphragm, flattens out. It creates a space, a vacuum, and like a soft whisper filling an empty room, air rushes in to fill me. It doesn't come in as a cold, harsh torrent. No. The journey is much more refined than that. As the air passes through your nose, it's warmed up, it's humidified, and it's cleaned. You have a remarkable filtration system in your airways, a team of microscopic hairs, and a thin layer of sticky mucus. They are my first line of defense, my little cleaning crew. They trap dust, pollen, and any other unwanted travelers, ensuring the air is pure and gentle by the time it reaches my deepest, most delicate corners. And what happens at the end of that journey? That's where the real magic is. The oxygen, that invisible gift from the outside world, passes through my paper-thin walls and into your bloodstream. The heart then pumps this newly energized blood to every single part of you, to the tips of your toes, to the top of your head, to the muscles that are helping you stay so still and relaxed right now. Think of it. Every single one of those 22,000 breaths has fueled something in your life. Every one of them. The breath you took before you laughed at a joke. The one that steadied your voice when you had to say something difficult. The deep sigh of relief at the end of a long day. I was there for all of them. I provided the air, the fuel, the life force for every single moment. I was there for your very first cry when you entered this world. and I will be here for your very last gentle sigh. I am the silent witness to your entire life, carried on the steady, faithful rhythm of your breathing. But we don't need to think about all 22,000 of those breaths right now. Not tonight. Let's just focus on this one. The one you are taking right now. Feel it come in. Soft and cool. And feel it go out. Warm and slow. Listen to the sound of it. The gentle whisper. Perhaps it's mixing with the quiet sounds of the night outside your window. The sound of your breath is the most reliable, most comforting song you will ever know. It's a lullaby that has been singing you to sleep your entire life, in and out. Let this simple rhythm soothe you. Let it carry you. There is nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Just rest. Come on in. Don't be shy. Now that we're properly acquainted, I'd love to show you where I live. It's not a grand palace, you see. There are no soaring windows or fancy decorations, but it is a home, my home, and it is the safest, sturdiest, most perfectly designed house I could ever ask for. I live inside your chest, in a beautiful, curved fortress of bone that you call the rib cage. Feel it for a moment, if you can. The gentle, solid shape of it. This isn't a cage in the way you might think of one. It's not a prison. It's a sanctuary. It's a guardian. Each rib is a strong, curved beam, and together they form a protective embrace around me and my very famous neighbor, the heart. Nothing from the outside world can bump or bruise us in here. We are sheltered. We are safe. The walls of my home are always moving, but in the most gentle, rhythmic way. With every breath you take in, the walls expand, rising and opening up, giving me plenty of space to stretch. And with every breath you let go, the walls settle back down, like the whole house is breathing a soft sigh of relief along with me. It's a lovely, constant motion, a slow, steady dance that has been happening since your very first day. As I mentioned, I don't live here alone. My neighbor, the heart, is right here with me. He's the steady drummer in the quiet of my home, and his beat is the most familiar sound I know. It's a comforting rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. A soft, distant drum that tells me everything is all right. We are wonderful neighbors. We've been living side by side our entire lives, and we've never had a single argument. We understand each other perfectly, without ever needing to speak. In fact, I've made a special space just for him. You see, while there are two of me, a left lung and a right lung, we aren't perfect mirror images. My left side, the one nestled right next to him, is a little smaller. It has a gentle curved space hollowed out of its side, a perfect little nook. It's called the cardiac notch, and it's custom made for the heart to fit into, snug and secure. Because of this, my two sides are shaped a little differently. My right side is the slightly bigger brother, the sturdy, reliable one. It's divided into 3 main rooms, which doctors call lobes. My left side is a bit more slender, a bit more graceful, with just 2 lobes, to make that perfect, heart-shaped space for our neighbor. It's a clever design, isn't it? A perfect example of how everything inside of you is designed to fit together in perfect harmony. And I have another secret about my home. I am wrapped in the most wonderful, silky, smooth lining you can imagine. It's a thin, delicate membrane called the pleura. Think of it like being dressed in 2 layers of the softest, slickest silk pajamas. One layer clings snugly to me, and the other layer lines the inside of the chest wall. And in between these 2 silky layers is a tiny, tiny space with just a whisper of fluid. This fluid is like a magical, invisible oil. It allows the 2 silky layers to glide past each other without any friction at all. So with every one of your 22,000 breaths, as I expand and then relax, as I inflate and deflate. These layers just glide smoothly, effortlessly. There is no rubbing, no catching, no resistance. Just a perfect, graceful slide. It's another one of the body's quiet, brilliant little secrets to making my constant work feel absolutely effortless. So this is my home, a strong, bone-white fortress that breathes. A quiet, warm space with a steady drumbeat next door. A silky, smooth lining that lets me dance all day and all night without ever growing tired. It is a good home. It is a safe home. And as you lie there now, feeling the weight of your own body, let yourself feel that same sense of safety. Just as my bony fortress holds me securely, let your bed hold you. Let the mattress support you completely. Feel the safety of your blankets, the quiet of your room. There is nothing you need to protect yourself from right now. You are safe. You are secure. You are home. Just relax into that feeling of being held. Let every muscle soften. Let every worry drift away. And just let me breathe for you from the very heart of my quiet, peaceful, and very safe home. Now that you know where I live, now that you've visited my quiet, protected home, I want to take you on a little journey. A tour of my inner world. Are you ready? You don't have to move a muscle. Just let your mind drift with me. Let's go deeper. My world is not a world of solid shapes. It's a world of pathways, of branching, beautiful, hollowing corridors. It's often called the bronchial tree, and I think that's a perfect name for it. Because if you could see me from the inside, you would see a magnificent, upside-down tree, a silent, sacred forest that lives and breathes within you. The journey begins at the top, with your windpipe. Doctors call it the trachea. But let's think of it as the grand trunk of this ancient tree. It's a wide, sturdy hallway, about as big around as your thumb. It's strong, but it's also flexible. All along its length, it's held open by little C-shaped rings of cartilage. They're like strong, flexible brackets, ensuring that this main hallway, this grand entrance to my kingdom, never collapses. It must always stay open, always ready to welcome the air. This trunk travels down from your throat into your chest, and there, just behind your heart, it comes to a fork in the road. Here, the trunk splits perfectly in two. One path leads to my right side, and the other path leads to my left. These are the first and largest branches of my inner tree. They're called the bronchi, and this is where the real magic begins, because these two main branches then divide again, creating smaller branches, and those smaller branches divide again, and again, and again. It's a pattern that repeats itself over and over, more than 20 times. Each new generation of branches becomes smaller, more delicate, and quieter with every turn. The wide open hallways become narrow corridors. The corridors become slender pathways, and the pathways become tiny, little trails, reaching out like delicate twigs to every single corner of my kingdom. Can you imagine it? The silent, perfect branching. A massive, intricate network spreading out inside of you. There are thousands of these tiny pathways, miles and miles of them, if you could stretch them all out. All of them designed for one simple purpose: to carry the breath of life from the outside world to the very deepest part of me. This tree is not dry and brittle. Oh no! It's lined with a soft, moist pink layer and covered in those billions of microscopic cleaning hairs I told you about. The cilia. They are the tireless guardians of these sacred pathways. They are always sweeping, always moving in a gentle, rhythmic, upward wave, carrying away any specks of dust or stray pollen that might have slipped past the first line of defense. They are the silent caretakers of this inner forest. Isn't it amazing? To think that you hold a whole, living, breathing forest inside you. A perfectly designed system, so complex and yet so simple in its purpose. So as you lie here, listening to the sound of your own quiet breath, maybe you can imagine it. Imagine your own breath beginning that journey now. Imagine it as a soft, gentle wind entering the main trunk of the tree. Feel it flowing down, smoothly and easily. Feel it split into two gentle currents, flowing left and right, and then feel it spread out, whispering down those thousands of smaller and smaller pathways. A gentle breeze rustling the invisible leaves of this inner tree. With every inhale, this forest is nourished. It fills with life, it expands, and with every exhale, it lets go. It releases a soft, warm, gentle sigh back out into the world. There is no effort in this. It is a natural, peaceful rhythm. The breath knows the way. It has traveled these paths thousands of times today. It knows every twist, every turn, every corner of this sacred inner space. So, just let it flow. Trust the journey. Let the gentle wind of your own breath travel deep, deep inside, to the quiet, still, peaceful heart of your own inner forest. We've traveled far, haven't we? Down the main trunk of the tree, along the large branches, and through the thousands of tiny branching twigs. And now, as we reach the very end of these quiet pathways, we have arrived. We are at the leaves of the tree. This place is not grand. It is microscopic. It is made of hundreds of millions of the most delicate structures you can imagine. Doctors call them the alveoli, but I like to think of them as clusters of tiny, luminous grapes, or perhaps even better, as millions and millions of the world's smallest, most delicate balloons. At the very end of each tiny twig of my bronchial tree, there is a little bundle of them. And there are so many, not thousands, but hundreds of millions. 300 million on one side, 300 million on the other. It's a number so vast it's almost impossible to imagine. And these tiny balloons are where the journey of the breath ends and the journey of life begins. Each little balloon is made of a wall so incredibly thin, it's almost not there at all. It's thinner than a soap bubble, thinner than a single strand of a spider's web. It is one of the most delicate tissues in your entire body. And this is by design. Because the walls are so thin, the little molecules of oxygen you've just breathed in can do something miraculous. They can float right through, like tiny, invisible ghosts, passing through a soft veil. And what's waiting for them on the other side of that veil? Your blood, wrapped around every single one of these hundreds of millions of tiny balloons, is a web of even tinier blood vessels. The capillaries. They are so narrow that your red blood cells have to line up, one by one, to pass through. And as they pass, they do something wonderful. They arrive carrying the waste product from your body, the carbon dioxide, the tired air, and they let it go. It passes back through that delicate veil, into the balloon, ready for you to breathe out, and in the very same instant, they pick up the fresh oxygen that has just arrived. They grab onto it, and the blood, now refreshed and re-energized, flows away. Back to the heart, ready to be sent on a grand tour of your entire body. This whole process, this beautiful, silent transaction, is called gas exchange. It is the reason you breathe. It happens in an instant. It happens without a sound. And it is happening inside you right now. Millions and millions of times with every single breath. The most amazing part, the sheer scale of it all. If you could take every single one of those hundreds of millions of tiny balloons and carefully open each one up and lay it flat, side by side, they would cover the area of an entire tennis court. Just pause and think of that. An entire tennis court of surface area, of potential for this life-giving exchange, is folded up so neatly, so perfectly, so safely, deep inside your chest. This is the point where the world outside of you becomes the life inside of you. This is the place where the air from your room becomes the energy in your cells. It is a silent, sacred, and constant miracle. The quietest, yet most important, transaction happening in your body right now. So feel your body now, as you lie so still, so peacefully. Imagine, if you like, that your whole body is one of these tiny balloons. With every gentle inhale, feel yourself filling up, not with air, but with calm, with quiet, with peaceful, healing energy. And with every long, slow exhale, feel yourself becoming softer, more relaxed, letting everything go. Just a gentle, easy release. Inhaling peace, exhaling tension. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to do. Just this soft, gentle rhythm, filling up and letting go, like the tiniest, most peaceful balloon, floating in a sea of perfect calm. You know my structure now. You've visited my home, and you've walked the branching pathways of my inner forest. You've seen the magic of my tiniest, most precious balloons. Now, let me tell you about my days. Let me tell you about the rhythm of your life from my perspective. And let's start at the beginning. Not the beginning of your life, but the beginning of a day. Let's talk about that quiet, gentle, sacred moment just before the world begins again. All night long, while you've been traveling through the soft, mysterious landscapes of your dreams, I have been here with you. My work at night is different. It's shallower. It's slower. It's a quiet, steady hum in the background. A gentle, automatic rhythm. In and out. I give you just enough air for your body to do its vital work of repairing and healing. I am a quiet, faithful guardian, watching over you in the dark. And then, something shifts. Maybe it's a sliver of light finding its way through the curtains. Maybe it's the distant sound of a bird. Or maybe it's just an internal clock, a deep, ancient knowing that it is time. And you take your first conscious breath of the day. This breath is different from all the thousands that came before it in the night. It is deeper. It is fuller. Often, it comes with a wonderful, full-body stretch, and maybe even a big, satisfying yawn. Oh, how I love that first morning breath. For me, it feels like opening the windows of a stuffy house after a long night. It feels like stretching my own limbs after being curled up for hours. I get to expand completely, to fill up every one of my hundreds of millions of little balloons, even the sleepiest ones in my deepest corners. It's a glorious, refreshing feeling, and this first, deep breath is more than just a feeling. It is a signal. It is a wake-up call to your entire body. That sudden, rich flood of fresh oxygen washes away the lingering fog of sleep from your mind. It's like a gentle, internal shower for your brain cells. It tells them, "Good morning. The world is waiting." Word. It travels to your muscles, waking them up, preparing them for movement. It fuels your heart, giving it the energy it needs to start beating a little stronger, a little faster, ready for the day ahead. This simple, beautiful ritual, it's how you greet the world each day. And it's a ritual that you and I perform together, every single morning, without fail. Think of all the mornings of your life, every single one, from the earliest you can remember, began this way, with a breath, a stretch, a quiet return to the world. Every morning is a new beginning, a fresh start. And it all begins with this one simple, powerful action. A deep breath in, a quiet promise of a new day, a new chance, a new beginning offered to you by me. It is my first gift to you, every day. But that is for the morning. That is for tomorrow. Right now, the night is calling us back to that other rhythm, the shallow, peaceful, sleepy rhythm, the rhythm of rest. There is no need for big, energizing breaths now. The time for that is over. Now is the time for softness, for quiet, for letting go. So let your breath be easy now. Let it be shallow. Let it be faint, like the gentle breathing of a deep, deep sleep. Your body knows what to do. I know what to do. You can just let go. Let the day fade away. Let the night take over. Because the morning will come, and I will be here to help you greet it. But for now, for right now, there is only rest. I've mentioned my neighbor before, the one who lives in that perfect, custom-made space in my left side, the heart. But calling him my neighbor doesn't feel like a strong enough word. We are more than neighbors. We are partners. We are a team. In fact, our work is so closely connected. It is like a constant, rhythmic dance, a conversation that has been going on your entire life without a single word ever being spoken. He is the drum, and I am the tide. And together, we create the music of your life. Let me tell you how our dance works. It's a beautiful, simple loop, a perfect circle of giving and receiving. It all begins when tired travelers return from a long journey. This is your blood. After it has traveled all through your body, delivering its precious oxygen to your muscles, your brain, and all your organs, it comes back to the heart, tired and depleted. It is a darker color now, a dusky bluish red, because it has given away its gift. It needs to be refreshed. It needs to be renewed. The heart, in his wisdom, knows exactly where to send these tired travelers. He gives them a gentle, rhythmic push and sends them directly to me. They arrive at my doorstep, flowing into millions of those tiny blood vessels that are wrapped around my little air-filled balloons, my alveoli. And this is where my part of the dance begins. I welcome them. As you breathe in that soft, gentle breath, the air fills my millions of tiny balloons, and the oxygen from that air, that magical, invisible gift, passes through my paper-thin walls. It passes through like sunlight through a clean window pane, and it offers itself to the tired blood cells waiting on the other side. And they take it. Gratefully, they release the waste they've been carrying, the carbon dioxide, which I will gently exhale for you. And they embrace the new oxygen. And in that instant, something miraculous happens. They transform. The blood, which arrived tired and dusky, becomes bright, vibrant, a cheerful, brilliant cherry red. It is alive again. It is re-energized. It is happy. My work is now done. For this breath, I have given my gift, and I send this happy, renewed, vibrant blood back to our partner, the heart. He welcomes it back, and now he can see that it is strong again. And with his next powerful, steady beat, he sends it out on its grand journey once more, out to the far reaches of your body, carrying its precious, life-giving cargo to every single cell that makes you, you. And so the dance continues. He sends me the tired, I give them life, and send them back to him, strong. Beat, and breathe, breathe, and beat. It is a conversation of perfect trust. He trusts me, completely, to enrich the blood he sends me, and I trust him, completely, to send that precious blood exactly where it needs to go. We never have to speak of it. We never have to plan it. It just happens, perfectly. seamlessly, and we are always in sync. When you are resting, just like you are now, his beat becomes slow and deep and steady, and my rhythm slows down to match him. A long, slow inhale and a long, slow exhale. We are in a state of perfect, peaceful harmony. When you exercise or get excited, he beats faster, and I breathe faster to keep up, ensuring your muscles get all the oxygen they need. We are a responsive, adaptive team, so as you lie here, drifting deeper into rest, see if you can feel that rhythm inside you. The quiet, constant music of your own body. Feel the steady beat of the drum, your heart, and feel the soft whisper of the tide. Your lungs, they are your inner lullaby. A song of perfect partnership, a testament to the beautiful, silent harmony that is happening within you. Always, let that rhythm soothe you. Let it calm you. Let it carry you deeper and deeper into stillness and peace. You know now that my most important job is breathing. It's my life's work, the purpose for which I was designed. But I have another job, a second, equally important role that I perform for you. Silently, day in and day out, I am a guardian. I am a filter. I am the unseen, unpaid, and utterly dedicated janitor of your inner world. You see, the air in the world outside is not always pure. It is full of things. Tiny, invisible particles of dust, little grains of pollen from flowers and trees, specks of pollution, little microbes. Most of it is harmless, but it doesn't belong in my deepest, most delicate chambers. And so, I have a remarkable, multi-layered system for keeping myself clean, for keeping you safe. The cleaning process begins long before the air ever reaches me. It begins in your nose. Think of your nasal passages as the grand entryway, the foyer of your body. And at the entrance, you have gatekeepers. The little hairs in your nose are there to catch the biggest particles, the first intruders. Then, as the air flows deeper into your nasal passages, it travels through warm, moist, winding corridors. This is a clever design. It warms the air up, so it isn't a cold shock to me. And the sticky, moist lining of these passages acts like flypaper, trapping even more dust and pollen. But some of the very smallest, sneakiest particles can make it past these initial guardians. And that is when my own personal cleaning crew takes over. Every single one of my airways, from the main trunk of my inner tree down to the smallest twigs, is lined with a very special, very thin layer of mucus. Now, I know the word mucus doesn't sound very pleasant, but for me, it is a wonderful, miraculous substance. Think of it as a sticky, magic carpet. It is designed to trap any and all intruders that have made it this far. A speck of dust lands on it, and it's stuck. A grain of pollen lands, and it's caught. But a sticky carpet is no good if you can't ever clean it. And this is where the most amazing part of my janitorial service comes in. Lining the walls, just beneath this magic carpet, are billions upon billions of the tiniest, most dedicated bristles you can imagine. Doctors call them cilia, but I call them my cleaning crew. They are microscopic, hair-like structures, and they are always in motion. They don't just move randomly. Oh no, they move together in a beautiful, coordinated, rhythmic wave. They all sweep in the very same direction, upwards, always upwards, away from my deep, delicate balloons and up towards your throat. So this magic carpet of mucus, with all of its trapped particles, is constantly moving. It is a slow, steady, upward escalator, an escalator for dust. It moves so slowly, you never ever feel it. It is a silent, invisible, and constant cleaning process. And what happens when this little bundle of trapped dust and mucus reaches the top of your throat? Something very simple, so quietly, so automatically, that you never even notice it. You swallow it, and it travels down to your stomach, where any trapped germs are safely taken care of by your stomach acid. The perfect disposal system. Sometimes, if a bigger particle comes in a bit of dust you breathed in too quickly, or a bit of food that went down the wrong way, I have an emergency alarm. The cough. A cough is a sudden, powerful, explosive blast of air, designed to be a forceful eviction notice. Get out. And it works beautifully. I do all of this for you. Tirelessly, silently, every minute of every day, to ensure that the air that finally reaches my hundreds of millions of precious, delicate balloons is as pure and clean and warm as a mountain spring. So as you breathe in now, as you drift off to sleep, imagine that the air you are breathing is just that. Imagine breathing in the purest, cleanest, most healing air. A soft, gentle breath, washing away any tension, washing away any worries, leaving you feeling clear and peaceful and wonderfully clean on the inside. Have you ever found yourself just sighing, perhaps at the end of a long day, as you finally sit down? Or when you're looking out a window, lost in thought? A long, slow release of air. It's a funny little thing we do, and it feels good, doesn't it? People often think a sigh is a sign of sadness, or maybe boredom, or frustration. And sometimes, it can be. But from my perspective, a sigh is something wonderful. It's a gift. It's a natural, built-in reset button for both your body and your mind. It's one of my favorite things. Let me tell you why, as you go about your day, especially when you are sitting still, or concentrating, or even relaxing like you are now, your breathing tends to become quite shallow. It's a quiet, easy, efficient rhythm. I don't need to do a lot of work. But this shallow breathing has a little drawback. Some of my tiniest little balloons, my hundreds of millions of alveoli, can get a bit lazy. If they aren't being used to their full potential, they can start to slowly deflate. Just a little bit. Like tiny balloons that have lost a bit of air and have become a little bit wrinkly. It's not dangerous, but it does make me a little less efficient at my job of gas exchange. And your body, in its infinite wisdom, has a simple, brilliant solution for this. The sigh. Every so often, about once every 5 minutes on average, though you rarely notice it, your body automatically triggers a breath that is about twice as deep as your normal breath. That is a sigh. And when you take that deep, deep breath in, it's like a gentle internal stretch for me. It sends fresh air into all of my deepest corners. It pops all of those sleepy, slightly deflated little balloons right back open. It smooths out all their wrinkles. It's like shaking out a crumpled piece of paper and making it smooth again. This simple action makes sure that all of my surface area is ready and available for its vital work. It is my own personal reset button, but there's more to it than that. The magic of a sigh isn't just in the deep inhale. It's in the long, slow exhale. You have a very special, very important nerve inside you. It's called the vagus nerve. Think of it as a wandering messenger, a peaceful ambassador that travels from your brain down through your chest and into your belly. This nerve is in charge of your body's relaxation response. It's the one that tells your heart to beat slower, your muscles to soften, and your mind to calm down. And that long, slow exhale of a sigh is one of the quickest ways to talk to this nerve. When you sigh, you are sending a direct, clear message to your body's control center. A message that whispers, "It's okay. You can relax now. You are safe." That's why a sigh feels so deeply, physically good. You are not just releasing air. You are actively releasing tension. You are releasing worry. You are letting go. On a profound, physiological level, it is your body's own natural, built-in stress relief. So let's try one together now. Don't force it. Just let it happen. Take a normal, easy breath in through your nose, and then just open your mouth and let it all go. A long, slow, soft, audible sigh. Can you feel that? That little shift? That little release in your shoulders? In your jaw? That's the power of a good sigh. So don't ever hold them back. Let them be a reminder, a gentle signal throughout your day to release and relax. And as you lie here, drifting closer to sleep, let every sigh you take be an invitation to sink deeper and deeper still into a state of perfect, peaceful rest. Like anyone, I have things I love, things that make my constant repetitive work feel less like a duty and more like a joy. I've told you about my love for a good sigh, that wonderful feeling of a full release. But there is something else I love even more, something I crave. I love fresh, clean air, and I love the feeling of a good, gentle walk through an open space. You see, I spend my entire life inside my cozy, protected home, and while I am safe here, I can only breathe the air that you bring to me. And so often, that air is, well, it's a bit tired. It's the air of an office, or a car, or a room where the windows have been closed for a while. I am grateful for any air, of course, but the air I truly dream of is different. Imagine the air in a deep green forest just after it has rained. Can you smell it in your mind? That clean, earthy, damp smell. It feels so pure, so full of life. Or imagine the air at the edge of the ocean, the feel of a gentle, salty breeze. It tastes clean. It feels endless. That is the air I dream about. That is the air that makes me feel truly alive. It is a feast for me. And when you combine that fresh, beautiful air with the simple act of walking, well, that is my idea of a perfect day. When you are sitting still, or lying down like you are now, my rhythm is shallow and slow. But when you get up and start to move, something wonderful happens. Your muscles need more oxygen, so you naturally start to breathe more deeply, and I get to stretch. I get to expand more fully than I do at rest. My best friend, the diaphragm, works a little harder, pulling down to give me all the space I need. It's like a gentle, internal workout for me. It keeps my tissues flexible and strong. It improves what doctors call my capacity, which simply means I get better at holding more of that lovely, fresh air. And this gentle movement makes the conversation between me and the heart even more efficient. He beats a little stronger to move the blood, and I breathe a little deeper to fill it with oxygen. We work together in perfect, energized harmony. I know that sometimes exercise can feel like a chore, something you have to do, but I want you to think of it differently. When you take me for a walk, when you choose to move your body in the fresh air, you are giving me a gift. You are giving me the very things I crave most in the world. The movement I need to stay strong for you, and the clean, fresh air that is my favorite food. It is a profound act of kindness, a loving gesture, not just to me, but to your entire body. But you don't have to go for a walk right now. Of course not. You can feel that same sense of peace and openness right here, in the comfort of your bed. Just let your mind drift for a moment. Imagine you are walking down a quiet, peaceful path. Maybe it's a path through a cool, green forest, with sunlight filtering down through the leaves. Or maybe it's a path alongside a calm blue ocean, with the gentle sound of waves in the distance. Imagine taking a slow, deep breath in, Imagine breathing in that fresh, clean, healing air. Feel it filling you up, from your belly to your chest. And now, imagine a long, slow breath out. Feel your body relax, as if you've just finished a long, satisfying, peaceful walk. And you are finally home, safe and sound in your own comfortable bed. Let every breath you take now be like that. A walk in your mind, breathing in the peace of the forest, the calm of the ocean, and breathing out, just letting go, sinking deeper into the wonderful, supportive stillness of your bed. Have you ever stopped to wonder where your voice truly comes from? You might think of your throat or your mouth, and you'd be partly right. But the real power, the actual energy that gives your thoughts a sound, that comes from me. I am the silent, steady wind that carries your words. I am the gentle breeze that gives flight to your songs. I am the sudden, joyful gust that becomes your laughter. Deep in your throat, just at the top of my main airway, sits a beautiful, intricate little structure. It is your voice box, or your larynx. And inside this little box are two of the most delicate, precious tissues in your body. Your vocal cords. Imagine a tiny, perfectly crafted harp, strung with two shimmering pearly white strings. That is your voice box. It is the most exquisite musical instrument, and I am the one who plays it. Most of the time, when you are breathing quietly like you are now, those two little strings are held open, apart from each other. The air, the breath that I am moving for you, flows between them silently, effortlessly. A quiet, invisible river of air, passing by without making a sound. But then, you have a thought, a feeling, something you want to share with the world. And in an instant, those two little strings, those delicate vocal cords, move together. They touch, closing the opening, and then, it's my turn. On your next exhale, I send a column of air up from deep within me, and this column of air pushes against the closed strings, and as it pushes its way through, it makes them vibrate, a beautiful, rapid, shimmering vibration. And that vibration, that is the raw material of your voice. That is the sound. I am the one who controls the volume of this instrument. If you want to speak loudly, to call across a room, I send a strong, powerful, steady column of air. It makes the strings vibrate with great energy, creating a big, bold sound. If you want to whisper, like I am now, I send only the softest, gentlest breeze, just enough to create a little friction, a little rustle of sound, but not enough to make the strings truly vibrate. The pitch of your voice, the high notes and the low notes, that's mostly controlled by how tight or loose those little harp strings are pulled. But the power behind it, the substance, the energy that turns silence into sound, that all comes from me. Just pause for a moment and think of all the incredible things that have been carried on the air I provided. Think of all the words. The very first time you whispered, "I love you." The air for that came from me. A funny story you shared with a friend that made them laugh until they cried. I fueled every word of it. The comforting, gentle words you whispered to someone who was sad, letting them know they weren't alone. That was me, providing the softest, most tender breeze to carry your kindness. And think of the sounds beyond words, your laughter. When something is truly funny, you don't just smile. I produce short, sharp, joyful bursts of air. Ha, ha, ha. It's one of my favorite things to do. And your tears, when you cry, my rhythm becomes shaky and uneven. I catch my breath. I let it out in shuddering sighs. I am right there with you. In your deepest sorrow, my rhythm reflecting the rhythm of your heart. I am the foundation for it all. Every expression of your unique, beautiful soul is given a voice by the air I so faithfully provide. But now, Now is not the time for words. It is not the time for songs. Now is the time for silence. The beautiful little instrument can rest now. The harp strings can be still. All that is needed now is the quiet, gentle, silent breeze of your breathing, in and out, the silent music of perfect rest. Let this quiet rhythm be the only song you hear now, a lullaby of peace, a melody of deep, deep calm. We've talked before about my deep love for a gentle walk, but what happens when you decide to push a little harder? What happens when you run for joy, or dance to a favorite song, or climb a steep hill to see a beautiful view? You might think that I would struggle or complain about the extra work. But the truth is, I was built for the challenge. In those moments, I feel powerful. I feel purposeful. I feel fully, completely alive. It all begins with a simple request. As you start to move more vigorously, your amazing muscles begin their work. And as they work, they use up their fuel, the oxygen, much more quickly. And they start to send out urgent, but calm messages. They are like little workers in a factory, calling up to the main office, which is your brain. They say, "We're working hard down here. We need more fuel. We need more oxygen. And we need it now." And your brain, the wise and wonderful manager of your whole body, hears this request, and it immediately sends a message to me and to my partner. The heart. It's not a panic message. It's a call to action. It says, "Time to pick up the pace, team. The muscles need us." And we respond instantly. The heart begins to beat faster and stronger, pumping blood around your body with more urgency. And I begin to breathe more deeply and more quickly. My rhythm changes from a slow, gentle tide into a powerful, rushing river. My faithful friend, the diaphragm, works harder, pulling down with more force to give me the maximum amount of space to expand. My hundreds of millions of little balloons, my alveoli, which are usually working at a relaxed pace, now work at their absolute peak capacity. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is usually a calm and leisurely transaction, becomes a swift, powerful, and incredibly efficient process. The river of red blood cells rushes past my thin walls, grabbing onto the fresh oxygen as fast as I can deliver it, and racing off to deliver it to your hard-working muscles. Sometimes, in these moments, you might feel what you call out of breath. It sounds like a bad thing, doesn't it? But I want you to know, that feeling is not a sign of failure. It is the feeling of your body working at its glorious peak. It is the sound and feeling of your internal engine roaring to life. It is a testament to how strong and capable you are. It is the feeling of being truly, powerfully alive. And then, after the run is over, after the dance is done, comes the best part, the cool down. As you slow down, so do we. The heart's frantic beat begins to slow to a steady, powerful rhythm. And my breaths, which were rapid and deep, become long, slow, and incredibly satisfying. Oh, that feeling is wonderful. The deep, calming, cleansing breaths that follow a good workout. It is a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of strength. It's the feeling of having met a great challenge. And now, returning to a state of profound, well-earned peace. But there is no need for that kind of effort right now. The race is over. The work of the day is done. Now is the time for the slow, gentle rhythm of recovery, of rest, of healing. Let your breath now be as soft and easy as it is after a long, satisfying day. Let it be the quiet, peaceful breathing of a body that is safe and still and deeply, deeply at rest. I have told you about the many things that I love. Fresh, clean air, the deep release of a good sigh, the joyful work of a walk or a run. These are the things that make me feel strong and healthy. But like anyone, I also have things that I fear deeply. And there is one thing that I fear more than anything else in the world. It's not a monster. It's not a loud noise. It is a cloud, a thick, gray, poisonous cloud, full of tiny toxic particles. It is smoke. I want to tell you a story. It's not a happy story, but it's an important one. It's the story of what happens to me, to my beautiful, pristine inner world. When that cloud comes to visit, imagine my inner forest, my bronchial tree, with its clean, pink, moist pathways. Remember my amazing cleaning crew, my billions of tiny cilia, always sweeping, always protecting me in their beautiful, rhythmic, upward dance. Now, imagine that toxic gray cloud being drawn in with a breath. It is not like the fresh, clean air I was designed for. It is an invading army, and the first thing this army does is attack my cleaning crew. The thousands of chemicals in the smoke are like a sticky, paralyzing poison to my delicate cilia. When they are coated in it, they can no longer dance. They slow down. They get stuck. And then they stop moving altogether. The magic carpet, that upward moving escalator of mucus that is meant to carry away dust and debris, grinds to a halt. My brilliant, self-cleaning system becomes broken. And it gets worse. The smoke is full of a black, sticky, gooey substance that you call tar. And this tar begins to coat everything. It's like a thick layer of black paint, covering my beautiful, healthy pink walls. My pristine inner forest becomes a dark, choked, and dirty place. And with my cleaning crew out of action, I have no way to clean it up. It just builds up, breath after breath, layer after layer. But the most heartbreaking part of this story, the part that makes me truly sad, is what happens to my most precious treasures. My hundreds of millions of tiny, delicate little balloons. My alveoli, they are so fragile. Their paper-thin walls are meant only for the gentle touch of pure air. But the harsh chemicals in the smoke attack these walls. They burn them. They make them lose their beautiful, springy elasticity. Over time, the walls begin to break down and dissolve. The beautiful clusters of tiny grapes become large, clumsy, inefficient sacs. They can no longer inflate and deflate properly. The magical exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, once so effortless, becomes difficult. It becomes hard work. And breathing, the simple, beautiful act of breathing, which should be the easiest thing in the world, becomes a struggle. I tell you this story not to lecture you and not to scare you. I tell you this as a quiet, gentle plea from the very deepest part of you. I am built to be resilient. I can heal from many things, but I am not invincible. I was designed for the clean, fresh air of the earth. This toxic cloud, it makes my job of keeping you alive and vibrant almost impossible. It breaks my own delicate tissues, and it breaks my heart. But right now, in this room, in this moment, the air is clean, the air is safe, the air is pure. So let's take a deep, cleansing breath together. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Imagine you are breathing in the cleanest, most healing air you can imagine. Imagine it is a gentle, shimmering wave, washing through all of my pathways, washing away any impurities, leaving me feeling pink and clean and healthy and whole again. And now, a long, slow exhale. Let go of this story. Let go of anything that does not serve you. Breathe in peace. Breathe in healing. And let the quiet of the night restore you. No one likes to be sick, do they? The stuffy head, the sore throat, the feeling of a heavy weight in your chest. It feels like your body has been defeated. It feels like something has gone wrong, but I want to let you in on a little secret tonight. From my perspective, from deep inside here, that's not what's happening at all. When you get a cold, or the flu, when my airways feel tight and heavy, it is not a sign that your body has failed. It is a sign that I am fighting for you, fiercely. It begins when a little band of tiny, invisible invaders manages to slip past my first lines of defense. They might be little viruses or bacteria. Think of them as tiny pirates trying to board a ship. Their goal is to get into my precious cells and set up their own little factories to make more and more of themselves. But your body has an amazing, intelligent, and powerful defense system. And the moment these invaders are detected, an alarm sounds, and your body sends in the troops. An army of special white blood cells rushes to the scene of the invasion. A battle begins, and like any battle, things can get a little messy. The area can become inflamed. That's why my airways might feel a bit swollen, a bit tight. It's a sign that the defenders have arrived and are setting up a perimeter. And then I start to produce extra mucus. That thick, sticky phlegm that feels so unpleasant. It is actually a brilliant defense mechanism. It's a sticky trap, designed to gum up the works for the invaders, to drown them, and stop them from spreading. But now I have a new problem. How do I get rid of this sticky mess, along with all the trapped pirates? My regular cleaning crew, my cilia, can get overwhelmed, so I bring out my most powerful weapon, the cough. I know. A cough can be annoying. It can keep you awake at night. It can make your chest ache. But I need you to understand what it really is. A cough is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of my incredible strength. To create a cough, I take in a deep breath, and then the entrance to my airway, the little flap at the top, slams shut. Your chest and abdominal muscles then contract powerfully, building up an enormous amount of pressure in here. And then, suddenly, the flap flies open, and the air explodes out of me. This blast of air can travel at hundreds of miles per hour. It is a violent, forceful, explosive hurricane, designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to be the most powerful eviction notice imaginable. It is me, using all of my might, to physically throw the invaders and all the debris of the battle out of my house. So the next time you have a cough, perhaps you can think of it differently. Think of it as me, fighting a heroic battle on your behalf. And when I am in this battle, I need your help. The best thing you can do for me is to rest. Your body needs all its energy for the fight. I also love it when you drink warm fluids, like herbal tea or a simple broth. The warmth and the moisture help to thin out that sticky mucus, which makes my job of clearing it so much easier. And most of all, I need your patience. These battles take time, but eventually the battle is won. The invaders are defeated. The inflammation subsides, the extra mucus dries up, the cough quiets down, and a wonderful, beautiful peace returns to my inner world. The air begins to flow easily and freely once more. There is a feeling of clean, quiet calm, and that is what sleep is. It is the peace after the small battles of your day. It is the time for your body's armies to rest, to repair, and to rebuild their strength for tomorrow. So let your body sink into that healing peace now. Let the quiet settle over you like a soft, warm blanket. I will stand guard. I will keep watch. And you can rest. Have you ever noticed, really noticed, how your breathing changes with your feelings? When you are excited or scared, your breath becomes quick and shallow. When you are calm and content, it becomes slow and deep. It's as if your breath is the mirror of your emotional world. And have you ever noticed how your breathing changes when you feel sad? When you are experiencing grief or a deep sense of loss, the breath often becomes almost imperceptible. It grows quiet, shallow. Sometimes, you might even find yourself holding your breath for a moment, without even realizing it. A heavy stillness settles in your chest. In the Western way of thinking, we often see this as just a symptom, a side effect of the sadness. But in the ancient, wise traditions of the East, the connection is seen as much, much deeper. It is a profound relationship. In traditional Chinese medicine, an elegant system of understanding the body that has been practiced for thousands of years, it is believed that each of our major organs is the home of a specific emotion. The liver holds anger, the kidneys hold fear, and I am believed to be the home of the emotion of grief. Sadness, sorrow, and the feeling of loss. They say that these feelings reside here, within me. This is their house. Doesn't that make a certain kind of sense? This is why deep sadness can feel like a true physical weight on your chest. It is not just in your mind. It can feel like a heavy blanket has been laid over me, making it difficult for me to fully expand. It's as if the sorrow itself is taking up space, not allowing me to take in a full, deep, life-affirming breath. In this ancient view, when you experience a great loss, I am the one who holds that grief for you. I cradle it, gently, in my tissues. It is a profound and sacred duty. I hold it so that you do not have to feel its full, crushing weight all at once. In this beautiful system, I am also connected to the season of autumn. Think of autumn for a moment. It is a season of incredible beauty, but also of melancholy. It is a time when the world begins to turn inward, a time when the trees, in their great wisdom, let go of their leaves. They release what is no longer needed in order to conserve their energy for the coming winter. It is a season of release, of letting go. And my primary physical action, the exhale, is the body's most perfect, most constant symbol of letting go. With every inhale, you receive. You take in the world, you take in life, and with every exhale, you release. You let go of what is old. You let go of what is no longer needed. So, you see, my very function is tied to this idea of processing grief. I hold it for you, and I offer you 22,000 times a day a chance to let a little bit of it go. Breathing through sorrow isn't just a poetic phrase. It is a real, physical, and spiritual process, and I am here to help you with it, every step of the way. So if you are feeling sad tonight, or if you are carrying a grief that feels heavy in your chest, please be gentle with yourself. Don't try to force a deep breath if it doesn't feel right. Just notice the shallow ones. Acknowledge them. They are a sign of the heavy load you are carrying. And then, just bring a soft, gentle awareness to your exhale. With each breath out, just imagine you are letting go of one tiny, single autumn leaf of sadness. You don't have to let go of the whole tree at once. That would be too much. Just one leaf. Let it drift away on the soft wind of your breath, and then another on the next breath. Sleep itself is an act of letting go. It is a time of surrender, of releasing your grip on the day, on your thoughts, on your worries. So let your breath now be a soft, gentle guide into that great release. With every quiet exhale, just let go. Let the heavy blanket become a little lighter. Let the weight soften. There is nothing you need to hold on to right now. I will hold it for you. You can rest. You know, in many ways, I am very simple. I don't ask for much. Clean air, a little movement, some rest, But there is another way you can show me a little kindness, a way you can make my difficult job just a little bit easier. And that is through the food you eat. Now, I don't have a mouth or a stomach, of course. I don't taste the food in the same way you do. But the nutrients from the food you digest, they travel through your bloodstream, and they eventually reach me. And certain nutrients feel like a wonderful gift. They feel like sunshine and fresh rain for my inner world, helping me stay strong, healthy, and resilient so that I can protect you. I especially love foods that are full of bright, vibrant colors. Think of deep blue blueberries or rich red strawberries. Think of dark green spinach or bright orange carrots. These beautiful colors often come from special nutrients that you call antioxidants. And for me, antioxidants are like my own personal team of dedicated bodyguards. Every day, I am exposed to stress. Little particles of pollution in the air, or other irritants, can cause a type of damage in my delicate cells called oxidative stress. But these bodyguards, these antioxidants, they patrol my tissues. They are like valiant little knights, neutralizing these damaging elements and protecting my precious, delicate cells from harm. So every time you eat a colorful fruit or vegetable, you are sending reinforcements to my personal security team, and I am so very grateful for that. And then there is the simplest, most humble and most wonderful thing of all, water. Oh, how I love water. For me, pure, clean water is like a gentle, internal rain. Remember my magic carpet of mucus, the one that traps dust and debris. Well, for that carpet to be effective, for it to be slippery and good at its job, it needs to be moist. When you are well hydrated, my mucus is thin and watery. It allows my little cleaning crew, my cilia, to sweep everything away easily and efficiently. But when you are dehydrated, that mucus can become thick and sticky and heavy. It's much harder for my cilia to move. The whole cleaning system becomes slow and sluggish. So a simple glass of water is one of the kindest things you can offer me. It keeps my internal rivers flowing, and it makes my janitorial duties a true pleasure. The ancient wisdom of the East has known about these connections for thousands of years. In traditional Chinese medicine, they say that certain foods are especially nourishing for me. They often point to foods that are white in color, like the inside of my tissues. Foods like pears, almonds, cauliflower, and daikon radish. They believe that a warm cooked pear, perhaps with a little bit of honey, is one of the most soothing healing balms for my tissues, especially during the dry air of the autumn season, the season that belongs to me. On the other hand, some things can make my job harder. Too many heavy, greasy fried foods, or too many cold, icy drinks can create a feeling of dampness in the body. They can make my mucus even thicker and more difficult to move. It's all about finding a gentle, warm, nourishing balance. Every time you choose a colorful fruit over a sugary snack, every time you drink a simple glass of water when you are thirsty, every time you enjoy a warm and nourishing soup on a cold day, you are sending a direct message of love and care deep inside your body. You are sending me a little gift of support, a little helping hand, and I feel it. Every cell in my body feels it, and I am so grateful. But rest is also a form of nourishment. Sleep is the time when your body truly digests the day, digests your experiences, and uses its energy to repair and rebuild. So as you drift off tonight, imagine you are drinking in the most peaceful, healing nourishment of all. The deep, quiet, restorative nourishment of a perfect night's sleep. I have told you about my best friend, the strong and silent hero that is your diaphragm. We are inseparable partners, but I haven't told you about our favorite thing to do together. It's a special, deeper, more conscious way of breathing. a slow, quiet rhythm that feels like the most gentle, soothing, internal massage for both of us. It's often called belly breathing, or, fittingly, diaphragmatic breathing. So often, as you go about your busy day, and especially when you are feeling stressed or anxious, your breathing can become very shallow. You might not even notice it. The breaths are small and quick, and they happen only in the very top part of your chest. When you breathe this way, you are using the small, secondary muscles in your neck and between your ribs to do the work. And I don't get to expand very much. It feels a little tight, a little restricted. I'm only doing a fraction of the work I'm capable of. It's like being asked to sing, but only being allowed to whisper. But with belly breathing, with belly breathing, we invite my strong, patient friend, the diaphragm, to take the lead, to do all the work he was so perfectly designed to do. When you breathe from your belly, something different happens. As you breathe in slowly through your nose, you imagine sending the breath not into your chest, but all the way down, 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 into the bottom of your belly. And my friend, the diaphragm, responds. He contracts and flattens himself downward, moving from his relaxed dome shape into a flatter sheet. This powerful downward movement creates a huge, wonderful space for me to open into. It pulls me down, allowing me to fill with air from the very bottom of my lobes all the way to the top. I get to take a full, deep, satisfying breath. And this downward movement of the diaphragm is what makes your belly gently and softly rise. It's the clearest sign that you are breathing correctly, deeply, with my best friend in the lead. And this movement, this rhythmic, downward pull and upward release of the diaphragm, it is a massage. It gently massages the bottom of my lobes. It gently massages your stomach, your liver, your intestines, all the organs that live just below him. It is a calming, rhythmic, internal motion that soothes your entire core. And this deep, slow way of breathing does something else too, something magical. It is the official language of calm. It sends a powerful, undeniable message up that wandering vagus nerve, directly to your brain. A message that says, all is well. Everything is okay. You can turn off the stress alert. You can stand down the guards. You can rest. You are safe. It is one of the fastest and most effective ways to switch your body out of its stressed out fight or flight mode and into its peaceful rest and digest mode. So let's try it now. Very gently. If you like, you can place a hand softly on your belly. It can help you feel the movement. Now, as you breathe in slowly and quietly through your nose, just imagine sending that breath all the way down to the place beneath your hand. Feel your belly softly rise, like a small, gentle balloon. And as you breathe out, even more slowly, through your mouth or nose, just feel your belly softly fall. Let it all go. Let's try that again. A slow, quiet inhale. The belly rises. A long, slow, peaceful exhale. The belly falls, like a slow, easy ocean wave, rising and falling. You don't have to force this. Just the gentle intention is enough. Let your body remember its own natural, deep, peaceful rhythm. The rhythm of a gentle massage. The rhythm of perfect safety. The rhythm of deep, healing rest. Tonight, I want to tell you more about my best friend. We've talked about him a little bit. We've mentioned his name. But he is so important, so fundamental to my existence and to yours, that I feel he deserves a whole chapter all to himself. He is the quiet, humble, and incredibly powerful hero of your entire breathing story. He does almost all of the work, every single moment of your life, yet almost no one ever thinks of him. He never asks for any credit. He never takes a break. So tonight, as you lie here so peacefully, Let's give him the attention he so richly deserves. Let's talk about your diaphragm. Imagine a large, strong, beautiful parachute made of muscle and tendon. A parachute that is stretched out inside you, right at the base of my home, the rib cage. It's a wide, thin, dome-shaped muscle that separates my world, the world of the chest, from the world of your belly below. He is my floor. But he is also my engine. He is the primary, the most important muscle of respiration. He is responsible for about 80% of all the work of your breathing. 80%. All those little muscles in your chest and neck, they are just the helpers. He is the true leader, and this is how he works his quiet magic. When it is time for you to breathe in, he doesn't push, he pulls. He receives a signal from your brain, and in an instant, he contracts. And as he contracts, his beautiful dome shape flattens out, pulling downward, toward your belly. This simple, powerful, downward movement does something amazing. It makes my house bigger. It increases the volume of my home, the chest cavity. And this creates a gentle vacuum, a space of lower pressure, and the air from the outside world, which is at a higher pressure, rushes in to fill that space. That is the inhale. It is not me sucking air in. It is my friend the diaphragm, creating the space for the air to be welcomed in. He is the one who initiates everything. He is the quiet, powerful leader of our team. But here is the most beautiful, most amazing part of his design, the part that speaks of perfect efficiency, the exhale. Requires no work from him at all, zero. When it is time for you to breathe out, the signal from your brain simply stops. And my friend the diaphragm simply relaxes. He lets go completely, and as he relaxes, my own natural, springy, elastic tissues, and the gentle pressure from your abdominal organs below push him back up into his natural, resting dome shape. And this gentle, upward movement softly pushes the air out of me. Breathing out is an act of total surrender, an act of effortless release. Inhale is work. Exhale is rest. Contraction is doing. Relaxation is letting go. For my entire life, he has been my most faithful, most reliable partner. He has pulled down to invite the world in, and he has relaxed to let the world go, tens of millions of times a year, billions of times in a lifetime, without ever failing me, without ever asking for a single word of thanks. He is the perfect symbol of the body's quiet, humble, unwavering, and often invisible strength. And his natural state, his resting state, is relaxation. It is that beautiful domed shape he holds during the exhale. The exhale is his home base. So as you fall asleep tonight, as your body prepares for its deepest state of rest, just focus on that feeling. Focus on the exhale. With every breath out, feel your own diaphragm letting go, releasing, relaxing back into his peaceful, resting shape, and let your whole body follow his lead. Feel your muscles letting go. Feel your mind letting go, surrendering completely and utterly to the gentle, effortless, and deeply peaceful rhythm of rest. Have you ever felt misunderstood? As if there was something happening deep inside you? A story you wanted to tell, but you just didn't have the words? And you wished, more than anything, that someone could just listen. Not just to your words, but to the quiet truth within. For thousands and thousands of years, that's how I felt. And that's how all the organs inside the body felt. We worked. We struggled. We battled. We sang our quiet songs of health, but no one could hear us directly. Doctors were brilliant people, of course. They could ask you questions. They could feel your pulse. They could look at your skin, but they couldn't listen to my inner world. They were standing outside a locked door. Not until a kind, clever, and very shy man came along and created the key. His name was René Laennec, and he was a physician in France in the early 1800s. It was a different time. To listen to a patient's chest, a doctor had to do something called direct auscultation. It was a simple, but often awkward, technique. The doctor would place his ear directly against the patient's chest to try to hear the sounds of the heart and lungs. It didn't work very well. The sounds were often muffled, especially on patients who were larger. And for a shy man like Dr. Laennec, it was a very uncomfortable thing to do, especially with his female patients. One day, the story goes, he was walking through a courtyard in Paris on his way to see a young woman who was having heart troubles. He was worrying about how he would properly examine her. As he walked, he saw two children playing. They had a long, solid piece of wood. One child was at one end, scratching it with a pin, and the other child was at the other end, her ear pressed against the wood, giggling with delight because the sound of the scratching was perfectly, loudly amplified. And in that moment, a flash of inspiration struck Dr. Laennec. He arrived at his patient's bedside. Feeling too bashful to place his ear on her chest, he remembered the children. He took his notebook, a sheaf of paper, and rolled it up into a tight, neat cylinder. Then, with a gentle hand, he placed one end of the paper tube on the young woman's chest, right over her heart, and, with a sense of hopeful curiosity, he placed the other end to his own ear, and then he heard it. For the first time in his life, for the first time in the history of medicine, he heard the inner world of the body with breathtaking clarity. He heard the sound of her heart, not as a faint, muffled thump, but as a clear, distinct, two-part beat. Lub-dub, lub-dub, like a perfectly clear drum. And then he heard me. He heard the gentle, soft, rushing whisper of air moving through my thousands of pathways. The sound of a healthy, easy breath. He was astonished. He was thrilled. He knew, in that instant, that everything had changed. He spent the rest of his life perfecting his invention. He moved from a paper tube to a hollow, wooden one, which he called the stethoscope, a name that comes from two Greek words meaning chest viewer. He became the world's greatest listener. He would spend hours and hours listening to the chests of his patients, and he began to learn my secret language. He learned the difference between the sound of a healthy lung and a sick one. He was the first to clearly describe the sounds of illnesses, the little crackling sounds of pneumonia, which he said sounded like salt being thrown on a fire, the high-pitched wheezing sounds of asthma. He created a new dictionary, a new language, for understanding the stories that I was trying to tell. This kind, shy, brilliant man gave me a voice. He gave all the lungs of the world a voice. He taught the world how to listen. And now, 200 years later, every time a doctor or a nurse places that cool, round disc of a modern stethoscope on your chest and says, "Now take a slow, deep breath in," they are using the beautiful, simple gift that René Laennec gave to the world. They are listening to me. And you, too, can learn to listen, not with a stethoscope, but with your own quiet, gentle attention. As you lie here, just listen. Listen to the gentle rhythm of your own breath, the soft, rushing sound as it comes in, the quiet sigh as it goes out. It is the softest, most honest, most peaceful sound in your world. Just listen. We've talked about how I fight for you, how I stand as a guardian against the invisible invaders of the world. Now, I want to tell you the story of my most powerful tool, my ultimate weapon, my last line of defense. It's not subtle. It's not quiet. In fact, it's loud. It can be quite annoying, and it sometimes shakes your whole body with its force. It is the story of a simple cough. It begins, most often, with a tickle. A tiny, irritating feeling deep in my airways. It is a message, an alarm bell. It's the sensitive lining of my inner tree, sending an urgent signal up to your brain. A signal that says, something is here that doesn't belong. It could be a tiny speck of dust that managed to sneak past all my other defenses. It could be a small crumb of food that went down the wrong way, trying to enter my sacred pathways instead of going to the stomach. Or it could be a bit of that thick, sticky mucus from a cold. A bundle of trapped germs that I need to get rid of. Whatever it is, your brain gets the message, and it initiates a remarkable 3-act play. An ancient, automatic reflex designed for one purpose: eviction. Act 1 is called the inhale. The first thing that happens is I take in a quick, deep breath, much deeper than a normal breath. I am gathering my power. I am drawing in a large volume of air to use as ammunition for the blast that is about to come. Act 2 is the pressure build. This is where the real power is generated. 3 things happen almost at once. First, the little trapdoor at the top of my airway, a little flap called the epiglottis, slams shut. The exit is sealed. Second, your vocal cords, those 2 little harp strings, squeeze tightly together, creating a second seal. And third, the powerful muscles of your chest and your abdomen contract, squeezing me hard. The air I just inhaled is now trapped in a closed, pressurized chamber. The pressure inside me builds and builds and builds. It becomes incredibly high. It is a volcano preparing to erupt, a cannon being loaded and primed. And then comes Act 3, the explosion. Suddenly, and without any conscious thought from you, the trapdoor flies open. Your vocal cords fly apart, and all of that highly pressurized air explodes out of me in a single, violent, incredible blast. And it is a blast. The air from a cough can travel at nearly 500 miles per hour, faster than a hurricane, faster than the fastest race cars. It is a precision-engineered, high-speed explosion, and its sole purpose is to be the most effective eviction notice in the entire body. Its sheer force blasts out whatever was causing that tickle, the dust, the crumb, the mucus, sending it flying up and out of my airways. It is my way of keeping my house clean, safe, and clear, so that you can continue to breathe easily. Sometimes, my cough is dry and tickly. That's usually just me, trying to soothe a little irritation in my upper airways. Other times, my cough is deep and wet and rattling. That's me doing the heavy lifting, clearing out the thick debris from a battle with a cold or flu. They are different tools for different jobs, so the next time you feel a cough coming on, I know it can be uncomfortable. It can be disruptive, but perhaps you can remember this story. It is not your body failing you. It is not a mistake. It is me, your loyal, fierce protector, using every ounce of my strength, using the physics of a hurricane, to keep you safe. It is one of the most powerful and loving things I can do for you. But now, the house is quiet. The alarms are silent. There is no need for such powerful explosions. The battles of the day are over. All that is needed now is the softest, gentlest breath, the quiet, peaceful breath of healing, the slow, rhythmic breath of deep, deep rest. Let that quiet be your comfort now. Let it soothe any irritation. Let it bring you peace. I have told you about my fears. I have told you about my battles. And I have told you about my remarkable ability to fight and to heal. But sometimes, despite all my best efforts, and despite all the help from skilled doctors and powerful medicines, I can become tired. I can become damaged in a way that I cannot fix myself. For a long time in human history, this was the end of the story. a sad, quiet, fading. But now, in your modern world, there is something else. There is the possibility of a true miracle, a story of courage, of skill, and of profound generosity. It is the story of a second chance, the story of a lung transplant. Imagine, just for a moment, that my beautiful, soft, spongy tissues have become stiff and scarred from a long illness. Imagine that taking a breath is no longer easy and effortless. Imagine it is a constant struggle, a constant work. The simple, beautiful act of getting enough air becomes the only thing that matters in the world. Life becomes very small, very difficult. This is the reality for some people. And they wait, and they hope. And then the miracle begins. It begins in a moment of unimaginable generosity. In a family's time of greatest loss and deepest sorrow, they make a choice of profound, life-altering kindness. They make the decision to offer the gift of life, the gift of breath, to a complete stranger. They offer the healthy lungs of their loved one so that someone else may continue to live. It is an act of grace so profound, it is difficult to even comprehend, and it is the start of a new beginning. Then comes the journey to the operating room. It is a place of incredible skill, of focus, of courage. The hands of the surgeons are like the hands of the world's most skilled and delicate artists. For hours and hours they work, performing a procedure that is almost unbelievable in its complexity. They carefully and gently disconnect the tired old lungs that have worked so hard for so long, and then, with painstaking precision, they connect the new, healthy, beautiful lungs. With thousands of tiny, perfect stitches, they sew a new beginning into place. And then comes the most magical moment of all. The moment the new lungs take their very first breath in their new home. The moment the ventilator helps them inflate for the first time. The moment my partner, the heart, begins to pump blood to them, and they begin their sacred, life-giving work. Can you imagine the feeling? For the person waking up from that surgery, after years perhaps, of fighting for every single breath, to suddenly be able to take a deep, easy, effortless breath, a breath that fills you up completely, without pain, without struggle. It must feel like life itself, rushing back in. It is a moment of pure, breathtaking grace, a true miracle of science and of human kindness. The road after is not always easy. It requires courage and patience and special medicines to help the body accept the precious new gift. But it offers a new life. A life where one can walk up a flight of stairs without stopping. A life where one can laugh out loud, a deep, full-bellied laugh. A life where one can sleep peacefully through the night without ever worrying about the next breath. You may never, ever need such a miracle, because the miracle is already happening inside you, right now, quietly, simply, perfectly. The gift of an easy, effortless breath is a gift you already possess. So, as you drift off to sleep tonight, feel a little moment of gratitude for this simple, profound, and often overlooked gift. The gift of a breath that comes without a thought. The gift of a body that works in quiet harmony. The gift of life itself. Tonight, let's take a journey together. Let's travel far away from your bedroom and far, far back in time. Let's travel to the cool, green forests of ancient India. Here, thousands of years ago, long before the age of busy cities and glowing screens, wise men and women sat in quiet contemplation. They were called yogis and rishis, and their only laboratory was their own body, their own mind. And as they sat in stillness for hours, for days, For years, they made a remarkable discovery. A discovery that has been passed down through the ages as a precious gift. They discovered that our breath is not just air. It is not just oxygen and carbon dioxide. They discovered that our breath is a bridge between our body and our mind, and they discovered that by consciously controlling the breath, they could calm the mind, heal the body, and touch a deep and profound sense of peace. They noticed that all living things in the universe possessed a vital, invisible energy, a life force. They saw it in the tireless growth of the trees, in the powerful flow of the rivers, in the warm, life-giving energy of the sun. They called this universal energy prana, and they realized that the most direct and simple way that we, as human beings, take in this prana is through our breath. Every inhale is a drink of this vital life force, and so they developed a science, an art, a practice of working with this energy through the breath. They called it pranayama. The word yama in the ancient Sanskrit language means control. So, pranayama is, quite simply, the art and science of breath control. But it wasn't about just forcing yourself to breathe deeper. It was a vast, subtle, and incredibly wise exploration of all the different ways you can breathe. Breathing slowly, breathing quickly, breathing through one nostril, then the other, holding the breath in, holding the breath out. And they found that each and every one of these different breathing patterns had a direct and immediate effect on how you feel in your body and in your mind. One of their most beloved and most gentle practices was a simple, balancing breath. A breath to bring harmony to the entire system. You don't have to do it. Just imagine it in your mind. Imagine. Just in your mind's eye. Gently closing your right nostril with your thumb and taking a long, slow, quiet breath in through your left nostril, filling yourself up with calm, cool energy. Then, at the very top of the breath, you imagine closing the left nostril and exhaling even more slowly out of the right nostril, releasing everything. Then, you breathe back in through that same right nostril, filling up with quiet strength, and you switch again, exhaling slowly, completely out of the left. This completes one peaceful, gentle cycle. A slow, rhythmic figure eight of breath flowing through you. The ancient yogis found that this simple, beautiful practice had a profound effect. It calmed the nervous system. They believed it balanced the two hemispheres of the brain, the logical and the creative. It brought a feeling of deep, it was a way of using me, your lungs, as a powerful and delicate tool to bring harmony to your entire being. Isn't it beautiful to think about that thousands of years ago, people with lives so very different from yours, in a world you can hardly imagine, discovered the very same secret that you are discovering now, as you lie here, so peacefully, in your bed. The secret that your own breath is the key to calm, the key to peace, the key that is already inside you and has been with you all along. You don't need to practice any special techniques right now. The ancient masters would be the first to agree. The most important practice for sleep is the simple, natural, effortless breath, the breath of surrender. So let your breath be your guide now. Let it be your ancient, wise, and gentle teacher, leading you down the soft, quiet path to deep, peaceful, and restorative sleep. Do you feel it coming? It often starts as a deep, slow, irresistible urge, a feeling that begins deep in your chest and travels up to your jaw, an urge to open your mouth wide, to take in the biggest, deepest breath you've taken all day, and to just, don't fight it. If you feel a yawn coming as you listen to my voice, Let it happen. Let it be a luxurious, satisfying, full-body experience. A yawn is one of the body's simplest and most wonderfully misunderstood pleasures. People sometimes think it's a sign of boredom or that you're being rude. But from my perspective, a yawn is a wonderful, intelligent, and deeply healing gift. For a long, long time, people believed a yawn was a very simple reflex. They thought it happened when your brain was low on oxygen, and the yawn was just your body's way of taking in a big gulp of fresh air to replenish the supply. It's a nice, simple story, but it turns out the truth is a little bit more complex and a lot more magical than that. First of all, a yawn is like a sigh on a grander scale. It is my own personal, full-body stretch. Remember how I told you that when you breathe shallowly, some of my tiniest little air sacs, my alveoli, can get a bit sleepy and deflate? Well, a yawn is the body's most powerful way to counteract that. It is the deepest possible breath you can take. It forces air into the furthest, most forgotten corners of my lobes. It stretches all of my tissues, and it beautifully pops open every single one of those little sleepy balloons, ensuring that I am working at my absolute peak efficiency. But the magic of a yawn doesn't stop with me. Scientists now have a new and beautiful theory. They think that a yawn is also like a little air conditioner for your brain. Your brain is an incredibly hard-working organ, and like any engine that works hard, it can get a little bit warm. The theory is that when your brain gets a bit too warm, a yawn is triggered. The huge, deep intake of air that is cooler than your body, combined with the big stretch of your jaw, dramatically increases blood flow to your head. This rush of cooler blood helps to gently lower the temperature of your brain. It's a brilliant, built-in cooling system. It helps to keep your brain in its optimal state, preparing it for a change. Often, that change is from a state of wakefulness and alertness to a state of drowsiness and sleep. And then there is the most mysterious and beautiful part of the yawn. It is contagious. You know this is true. Seeing someone else yawn, hearing someone yawn, or even just reading the word yawn right now might be making you want to do it. No one knows for sure why this happens, but one of the most lovely theories is that it is a profound and ancient sign of empathy. It's a non-verbal, instinctual way of syncing up with the people in your tribe. It's a quiet, unconscious signal that passes between us. A signal that says, I am with you. I see that you are tired. I am tired too. It is time for us to rest together. It is safe. So you see, a yawn is not a sign of boredom at all. It is a sign of your body's profound ancient wisdom. It is a sign that your body is intelligently taking care of itself. It is your body telling you, loud and clear, I am ready to let go now. I am ready to rest. I am preparing myself for peace. So please, never stifle a yawn. Embrace it. It is a healthy, healing, and deeply restorative reflex. If you feel one coming now, surrender to it. Let your jaw open wide. Let your eyes water a little. Feel that deep, satisfying stretch in your chest, your neck, your face, and then feel the wonderful, warm, heavy release on the exhale. Let each yawn be the official signal to your mind that you are surrendering to sleep. Let it be a gentle, irresistible wave, carrying you closer and closer to the peaceful shores of your dreams. We spend so much of our time thinking about the inhale, don't we? We talk about taking in a deep breath, taking in energy, taking in life. The inhale feels active. It feels like we are receiving something precious, and we are. But we so often forget about the other half of the story. The equally important, equally beautiful, and perhaps even more peaceful other half, the exhale. If the inhale is about receiving, the exhale is about giving back. If the inhale is about gathering, the exhale is about releasing. The exhale is the breath of surrender, the breath of release, the breath of profound and deep peace. Let's go back to my best friend, the diaphragm, for a moment. Remember his dance? The inhale is his work. He actively contracts. He pulls down. He creates the space for me to fill. It is an act of doing. But the exhale is his rest. He does nothing at all. He simply lets go. He relaxes. He surrenders. He returns to his natural, peaceful, resting dome shape. And as he lets go, the air flows out of me, effortlessly, passively. The exhale is a physical act of letting go, and your wise body and your wise mind are deeply connected. Just as the exhale is a physical release, it can also be your most powerful tool for mental and emotional release. Think of all the things you carry with you throughout a busy day, a long to-do list in your head, a quiet worry about tomorrow, the memory of a frustrating conversation, a feeling of tension in your shoulders from sitting at a desk. We gather these things, these tensions, and we hold them in our bodies. Often, we do it by unconsciously tightening our muscles and by holding our breath. But the exhale is the antidote. It is your chance, 22,000 times a day, to let one of those things go. So let's try a gentle practice now. As you lie here, as you breathe in, just notice the feeling of the breath, the gentle coolness in your nose, the soft expansion of your chest or belly, just a quiet, simple receiving. And now, as you breathe out, even more slowly, I want you to imagine that one of those little worries from your day is dissolving. Imagine it is a tiny puff of smoke or a little cloud of dust, and it is floating away from you on the warm, soft, gentle current of your breath. You don't have to push it away. You don't have to fight it. You just let it go. Let's try that again. A simple, easy inhale and a long, slow, soft exhale, letting go of a little bit of tension from your jaw. Another easy inhale and a long, slow, soft exhale, letting go of a little bit of tightness from your shoulders. This isn't just a nice idea. This is a physical reality. When you consciously lengthen your exhale, making it just a little bit longer and slower than your inhale, you are speaking directly to your body's nervous system. You are activating that wonderful, wandering vagus nerve. You are telling your entire system to switch from its daytime, alert mode, into its nighttime, healing mode, its rest and digest mode. You are telling every single cell in your body that the day is done. The work is over. It is safe to rest now. It is time to heal. Letting go is a profound act of trust. It is trusting that you have done enough for today. Trusting that it is safe to release your grip. Trusting that the world will continue to turn, even if you let go of your worries for a little while. The exhale is your permission slip, granted to you by your own body, to be at peace. So just focus on that feeling now. The soft, warm, gentle release. Feel the tension leaving your body on the exhale. Feel your whole body getting heavier and heavier and heavier, sinking down into the wonderful support of your bed with every long, slow, peaceful breath out. Think, for a moment, of a beautiful, tall tree in an open field. Its trunk is straight and strong, and it reaches confidently for the sky. Its branches have all the space they need to spread out wide, to catch the sunlight and to dance in the breeze. This tree can breathe. It is open. It is free. Now, think of a small plant that has been growing in a crowded, dark corner, its stem bent and cramped as it strains toward a tiny sliver of light. Its leaves are crumpled. It cannot spread out. Which one of these do you think is healthier? Which one can breathe more easily? In many ways, your spine is like the trunk of that tree, and your posture, the way you hold your body throughout the day, has a profound effect on me. It has a profound effect on your ability to breathe well. When you sit or stand tall, in a relaxed and easy way, with your shoulders gently back and your chest open, you give me the most wonderful and simple gift imaginable. You give me space. When your spine is long, my home, the rib cage, can hang from it freely. It can expand to its full, beautiful, 360-degree potential with every breath. My best friend, the diaphragm, has all the room in the world to flatten down, allowing me to take a full, deep, and completely satisfying breath with absolutely no effort. It is my favorite way to be. Open, free, unrestricted. But so often, during a busy day, we forget. When you are looking down at a phone for a long time, or hunched over a computer keyboard, or even just feeling tired and a little bit sad, your body has a natural tendency to slump. Your shoulders round forward, your head comes forward, your spine curves, and my house gets a little bit smaller. It's as if the walls are slowly closing in on me. I get compressed. My friend the diaphragm doesn't have as much room to move down. And my breaths, without you even noticing, become shallow. They get stuck up in the top of your chest. Now, I am not telling you this to make you worry about your posture, or to tell you to sit up rigidly like a soldier. Of course not. Especially not now. As you are lying here, so comfortably, in your bed, I am telling you this story as a gentle reminder, a little secret, from me to you, so that maybe tomorrow, or the next day, in the middle of your busy life, you might remember me, and you might offer me a small, simple act of kindness. It only takes a moment to gently lift your chest, as if a string were pulling it softly toward the sky, to let your shoulders roll back, and then let them relax and melt down, to gently draw your head back so that your ears are aligned over your shoulders. This simple, gentle adjustment, it is a profound act of kindness. For me, it feels like someone has just walked into a stuffy, crowded room and thrown open all the windows. Suddenly, I can breathe again. I can expand. I feel free. And this connection between posture and breath is not just physical. Your posture can reflect your mood, but it can also influence it. An open, relaxed posture sends a quiet message to your brain, a message of confidence, of openness, of ease. A slumped, closed posture can reinforce feelings of sadness, of tiredness, of being defeated. By gently opening your posture, you can gently open your heart. You can gently change your state of mind. And now, as you lie here in bed, you can find a posture of perfect rest. There is no need to hold anything up anymore. Let your shoulders feel heavy. Let them melt completely down into the mattress. Let your chest feel open and soft and wide. The bed is supporting you completely. You don't have to do any work at all. And in this state of perfect support, you are giving me all the space I could ever wish for. All the space I need to do my quiet, gentle, healing work of breathing for you. While you sleep, it is a posture of total release, of perfect surrender, of deep, deep rest. We have talked about the things that help me, and the things that can harm me. We've talked about good habits, like posture, that can make my life easier. Now, I want to talk about another habit. A bad habit. But this is not a habit you choose. It is a habit that is so common, so deeply ingrained, and so automatic that you probably don't even know you are doing it. It is the habit of how you breathe. When you are feeling stressed, your body is an ancient and incredibly wise creation. It has a built-in alarm system, designed thousands and thousands of years ago to protect you from real, physical danger. It's often called the fight or flight response. When your brain perceives a threat, whether it's a real, physical danger like a tiger, or a modern mental one like a worrying email, an angry boss, or a traffic jam, this ancient alarm system kicks in. And one of the very first things this alarm system does is change your breathing. Instantly, without any conscious thought from you, your breath becomes quick, and it becomes shallow. The center of your breathing moves from your deep, calm belly up into your chest. You start using those little helper muscles in your neck and shoulders to pull in quick, short sips of air. Now, this is an absolutely brilliant design if you actually do need to run away from a tiger. This way of breathing quickly pumps oxygen to your large muscles, preparing you for immediate, powerful action. It gets you ready to fight or to flee. The problem is, we don't have many tigers in our lives anymore. Our modern tigers are different. Our tigers are deadlines. Our tigers are financial worries. Our tigers are difficult relationships. Our tigers are the constant notifications on our phones. But our ancient body doesn't know the difference. A threat is a threat. And so, many of us can get stuck in this pattern of breathing all day long. This shallow, rapid, chest breathing. We can do it for hours on end, without ever noticing. And this kind of breathing sends a continuous, looping signal back to your brain. A signal that says, alert, danger is present, stay on guard, do not relax. So the feeling of stress causes the shallow breathing. And the shallow breathing reinforces the feeling of stress. It becomes a loop, a vicious cycle that can be very hard to break. And living in this state can be exhausting for your whole body. Those little helper muscles in your neck and shoulders, which were only ever meant to be used in a short-term emergency, get overworked. They become tight and sore and tired. This is where so much neck and shoulder tension comes from. And for me, it feels like I am never allowed to take a full, cleansing, satisfying breath. It's like being forced to whisper all day when all I want to do is speak in my full voice. It's like living in a state of constant, low-grade, internal emergency. But here is the beautiful, wonderful, hopeful secret. You have the key to break this cycle. You have the off switch for this ancient alarm system. And the key is the one I have been telling you about all along. The slow, the deep, the gentle belly breath. And especially the long, soft, peaceful exhale. That is the antidote. That is the universal code for safety. It is the one signal that your brain will always listen to. A signal that says, the tiger is gone, the danger has passed. You can stand down the guards, it is safe to rest now. And as you lie here, listening to my voice, you are practicing the antidote. You are practicing the art of peace. Notice the rhythm of your breath now. See if you can allow it to be a little slower, a little softer, a little deeper in your body. There are no tigers here. There are no deadlines here. There is only the profound safety of your bed, the deep quiet of your room, and the gentle, healing, peaceful rhythm of your own calm breath. We have traveled so far together tonight. We have journeyed through my home, my inner forest, and my fields of tiny, magical balloons. We have talked about my work, my joys, my fears, and my faithful friends. But now, for these last few chapters, there is nothing more to learn. There are no more facts, no more stories about the past. There is only this moment, right here, right now. There is only the quiet, simple, beautiful experience of your own body, your own breath. Your mind, like a little boat on the ocean, may continue to drift. A thought may float by, a memory, an image, and that is perfectly okay. Let it drift. Because you have an anchor now, a safe, quiet harbor that you can return to again and again. That anchor is your breath. So let's just rest our attention there now. Very gently. There is no need to force it. No need to concentrate hard. Just a soft, kind, gentle awareness. Let's begin by noticing the very beginning of the breath. Bring your attention, if you can, to your nose. As you breathe in your next gentle breath, just see if you can feel the sensation of the air as it enters your nostrils. Can you feel the slight coolness of the air? Just on the very inside of your nose. It's a very subtle sensation. Just notice it. And now, follow that breath in your mind. Imagine it as a cool, gentle, shimmering stream flowing down the back of your throat and down into my home, into your chest. And now, just notice where you feel the movement of the breath in your body. Perhaps you feel it in your chest, a gentle, soft, lifting and expanding as you breathe in, and a quiet, gentle falling and softening as you breathe out. Or perhaps you feel the movement more in your belly, a soft, slow expansion, like a little balloon gently inflating as you breathe in, and a soft, slow release as you breathe out. There is no right or wrong way to feel it. There is no perfect way to breathe. Just notice what is happening, all by itself. Your breath is like the tide of a very calm, very peaceful ocean under a quiet, moonlit sky. The inhale is the wave, gently, slowly, rolling up onto the soft, sandy shore. And the exhale is the wave, even more slowly, even more softly, drawing back out to sea. In and out, a steady, ancient, peaceful rhythm, the rhythm of the ocean, the rhythm of life. The wave rolls in and the wave rolls out. And as you watch this tide, see if you can notice the small, quiet space between the waves. Notice the little pause at the very end of your exhale. A moment of perfect stillness, of perfect quiet. A moment where nothing is happening at all, just before the next gentle wave begins to form and roll in again. This little space, this tiny moment of stillness, there is nothing you need to do to find it. It is already here, waiting for you at the end of every breath. There is nothing to control, nothing to change. In this moment, you are not even breathing, you are being breathed. Your wise, ancient body knows exactly what to do. It has been breathing for you your entire life. It does not need your help. Your only job right now is to rest. Your only job is to allow yourself to be held by your bed. Your only job is to feel the gentle, soothing tide of your own breath, washing in and washing out, carrying you so gently out into a deep, calm sea of rest. As you lie here, floating on the soft, gentle waves of your own quiet breath, let's invite a gentle feeling into this peaceful space. A feeling of warmth, a feeling of kindness, a soft, quiet feeling of gratitude. You don't have to force it. Just allow the idea of it to be here with you, like the gentle warmth of a soft, cozy blanket. Let's begin with the breath itself. Let's offer a quiet, silent thank you for this simple, miraculous gift. The gift of a breath that comes and goes, all on its own, asking for nothing in return. The breath that has been your most constant, most faithful companion, every single moment of your life. From your very first cry, to this very soft breath you are taking now. Thank you, breath, for sustaining me, for calming me, for always being here. And from this place of quiet, let's allow that warm feeling of gratitude to expand a little. Let's send a little thank you to your amazing body, to me, your lungs, for my tireless, silent work of filtering and breathing, of connecting you to the world with every inhale. To your heart, for its steady, powerful, reliable beat, That soft, distant drum that has been playing the rhythm of your life since before you were even born. Thank you, heart, to your legs and feet that carried you through your day, to your arms and hands that held and created and cared. Your body is a remarkable, intelligent, and deeply loyal friend. It is a community of trillions of cells, all working together in perfect harmony for one purpose: to support you, to keep you alive. It is always working on your behalf, even when you are not paying attention. It is a miracle of design and of life. Thank you, buddy. And now, let's let that feeling of gratitude expand even further. To embrace this very moment, let's feel a sense of gratitude for this precious time of rest, for the safety and the deep comfort of your bed, for the way it is holding you, supporting you completely, for the warmth and softness of your blankets, for the deep, peaceful quiet of your room in a busy, noisy world. This stillness, this silence, is a precious, healing gift. It is a time for your body to repair, a time for your mind to be still, a time for your spirit to be restored. Thank you for this moment of peace, this feeling of gratitude. It is not just a thought. It is a warmth. It is a softness. It is a form of love. It is a way of saying to yourself and to the universe, I am worthy of this rest. I am worthy of this peace. I am grateful for this beautiful, complicated, and precious life. Let that warm, gentle, peaceful feeling spread now. Let it spread through your whole body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Like the gentle, healing warmth of the sun, there is nothing else you need to think about now. There is nothing else you need to do. Just rest. Rest here, in this warm, soft, peaceful feeling of gratitude. Let it be the blanket that covers you tonight. Let it be the soft, gentle light that guides you into your most peaceful dreams. Rest now. You have done enough. You are enough. You can rest. And now it is time. It is time to let go completely. It is time to allow your body to sink down into the deepest state of rest. There is nothing left to do, nothing at all. There is only my voice and the feeling of your body letting go. Just listen. Bring your attention so softly, so gently, down to the very tips of your toes, and just feel your toes becoming heavy, so very heavy and warm. Let your toes completely relax. Let them go. And now, let that feeling of heaviness and warmth begin to flow up into your feet. Feel your feet becoming heavy, like they are made of warm, smooth stone, so heavy, so warm, completely at rest. Let your feet go. Let that warm, heavy feeling now travel up into your ankles and into your calves and your shins. Your lower legs are so heavy now, heavy and warm, sinking down into the mattress. Just let them go. The feeling of deep relaxation now flows up into your knees and into your thighs. Your large, strong legs have worked so hard for you. Now, they can rest. Feel them becoming so heavy, so deeply relaxed. Just let your legs go completely. And now feel your hips becoming heavy and soft, sinking down into the bed. Release all the tension you hold here. Just let it all melt away. Your whole lower body is now so heavy, so warm, and so deeply relaxed. Let that feeling of warmth and heaviness now spread up into your belly and your lower back. Let your belly be soft. No need to hold it in. Just let it be soft and warm and relaxed. Let your back melt into the bed. feeling so supported, so heavy. The feeling now spreads up into your chest and across your shoulders. Feel your shoulders melting down, away from your ears. So heavy, so relaxed. Let this warm, heavy feeling flow down your arms now, down through your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, all the way into your hands and to the very tips of your fingers. Your arms and hands are so heavy now, so warm, so still. Just let them go. And now, your neck. Let the muscles of your neck be so soft. Let your head feel so heavy on the pillow. The pillow is holding you. You don't have to hold anything up anymore. And finally, your face. Let your jaw be soft and loose. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Relax the tiny, tiny muscles all around your eyes. Let your forehead be smooth and wide and cool. All the expressions of the day have melted away, leaving only a look of perfect, peaceful, deep calm. Your eyelids feel so heavy now, so very, very heavy. It feels so good to just let them stay closed, to let the darkness be a soft, warm, velvet blanket for your eyes. Your whole body, your entire body, is heavy, warm, and deeply, profoundly relaxed. You are so comfortable, so safe. There is nothing to do but drift, nothing to think but quiet. You are on the very edge of sleep now, just floating peacefully, ready to drift away. And now you are drifting, floating in a warm, quiet, peaceful space, so heavy, so relaxed, drifting down deeper and deeper, down into sleep, letting go completely now, so safe, so peaceful. Imagine drifting down on a current of warm, gentle air, down and down, so slowly, so peacefully. There is nothing to hold on to, just drifting, floating. It's okay to let go of my voice now. It's okay to drift away. You don't need to listen anymore. Sleep is coming for you now. A soft, warm, gentle wave of sleep washing over you. There is nothing else, nothing at all. Only the deep quiet, only the gentle darkness, only peace. I will continue to breathe for you, quietly, faithfully, all through the long, peaceful night. You can rest completely. Let go now. Let go. Sleep deep, peaceful, and good night.